Good morning. Welcome to Devotions in the Proverbs. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson, and I'm a United Methodist pastor in Safford, Arizona. We have some beautiful weather out here today. It's cool, there's clouds in the air, and just a light breeze. Oh, what a beautiful world we live in. I hope that you can look around where you live and find the joy of the Lord today. Today we're going to look at Proverbs 17, verses 1 through 5. And today's Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. This proverb begins with, "Better a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting." I love the way this one reads. It's the New Living Translation. But I was kind of curious, so I looked up today how many different translations, or we call them versions, of the Bible are there? You want to guess? 20? 100? 210? 340? 400? How about 450 translations of the Bible? And to me, reading more than one, it just makes the scripture come to life. Uses words that maybe I wouldn't understand, but you would. And so that translation would be perfect for you. The New Revised Version is the most commonly preferred by biblical scholars. The New Revised Version. I didn't look up when the New Revised Version was created, but I think it's been maybe just after my life began. It's not new. It's not new. Today is the New Living Translation, Proverbs 17, 1 through 5. Better a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting and conflict. I just have to read that again. It makes me smile. Better a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting and conflict. Maybe you had some memories come to mind when I read that. A wise servant will rule over the master's disgraceful son and will share the inheritance of the master's children. That's an interesting one, isn't it? A wise servant will rule over the master's disgraceful son and will share the inheritance of the master's children. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but the Lord tests the heart. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but the Lord tests the heart. Wrongdoers eagerly listen to gossip. Liars pay close attention to slander. Those who mock the poor insult their maker, and those who rejoice at the misfortune of others will be punished. That's a lot in a few verses, isn't it? Maybe as I read it, you highlighted in your mind one of these verses. That's great. Do a little study on that verse, and if you want to share it with me and what you found, by all means, please do. So I would like you to imagine being out to lunch with friends or coworkers or even family members, and suddenly the conversation turns for the worst, and the person begins to share everything that they think is wrong with another person and has different things to share about different actions. And oh boy, how does that make you feel? How uncomfortable do you feel? As your activity, I'd like you to think about this. As you look at the others during one of these times, can you feel the concern on their faces or the embarrassment? And do you know that they're just as uncomfortable as you are? What would you do? How would you choose your words to not humiliate the person who's speaking, but to show them maybe a different way to look at things? So, what would you do? And then, as an action, here's your chance. You can either sit quietly and hope the character crucifixion is over soon, or you can end the conversation by saying that you're uncomfortable and remind your friends the good things that that friend or coworker or management does. I think as Americans, we tend to focus on what's wrong with this picture or with this person. And we've lost the ability to mentor people into being joyful, loving adults. I'm so glad you joined me today, and I will see you tomorrow. God's blessings. Bye bye.